Okay, for our computerized accounting, this is Module 7. Now, do not follow the instructions in the case study modules for Module 7, which is banking transactions and credit card transactions. I made an assignment. It's in Canvas. So follow the instructions that are included in the Canvas assignment for Module 7. You're going to make 2 separate deposits. Well, I'm sorry, you're going to receive payment from 2 clients. You're going to make 2 separate deposits, and then you're going to reconcile the account, the bank account, the checking account. All right, so the first thing, I've already recorded one of the received payments, so I'm just going to show you one of those. Okay, so I've already recorded the received the payment from, I believe it was Alpha Game Publisher for $20,000. So I'm going to show you how to do the other from Indie, but you'll do the same steps for Alpha Game Publishing as what I'm going to demonstrate for Indie. All right, so I'm going to go up here to New and select Receive Payment. I'm going to choose the client, Indie Publishing. And you can see that when I do that, there's an open invoice, $40,000. So I'm going to receive that payment. It's by check. And the reference number, we received check number 7984, so I'm just going to put that in there. We're going to deposit it to this payments to deposit. These are, you put it in this, it's like a holding account until you actually go and make the deposit. All right, the date in the instructions, the date of the receipt is for February 29th, so I need to change this date to February 29th. And I'm going to select this. We received the full amount, the $40,000 check, okay? So I've recorded the deposit, I recorded the receiving the payment. So I'm going to save and close. Now I'm going to go to the record the deposit. And again, you're going to do this for 2 outstanding invoices. All right, so I'm going to go back to my transactions. I'm just going to use this menu here, transactions. I'm going to go to bank transactions, and I'm going to select receipts. Actually, that's not what I want to do. I want to go to deposit. So I'm going to go back to new. Over here under other bank deposit. Okay, so you can see that it defaults to the Indie Publishing because we've already shown the receipt of that. So we're going to deposit this into the checking account. Make sure it's the checking account and not the savings account. The date of this deposit is February 29th. And okay, so let's click that. It was a check. We have all this information. We received it on the 29th. We're depositing it on the 29th. We don't need to fill out any of this because we're not getting any cash. We're not getting any cash back from the bank where we would, deduct any amount that's being deposited into the checking account. All right, so I think everything's done here. I'm going to save and close. All right, so our bank deposit has been recorded. Again, you're going to have 2 steps. You're going to record a receipt of a payment from Alpha Game Publisher, and you are going to deposit that. And then you're going to receive this payment from Indie, I think it was publishing, and you're going to make that deposit as well. All right, so you should have 2 separate deposits from this assignment. Now we're going to reconcile. We've received our bank statement. And then when we receive the bank statement, you want to reconcile to make sure that there are no errors on the check, the amounts of the checks that you've recorded in your QuickBooks transactions. You want to make sure there are no errors in deposit amounts. So anything that's not on the or anything that's on the bank statement that's not reported in QuickBooks, you need to update QuickBooks. So I'm going to go to my bank transactions here. I'm going to click on that, and I'm going to select Reconcile. Now, you may get some kind of information that wants you to, maybe give you some information, watch a video, something like that. Just exit out of that and go on to the reconciliation screen. All right, so we're reconciling the checking account. Now, the information that's given in the assignment, you can see that it has a beginning and balance of 0, and that is because this is a new business. They started brand new they opened their checking account, so it started with 0. Now, in the future, every time they get a new statement, it will reflect the ending balance from the previous bank reconciliation. All right, so the ending balance on this bank statement, this is not the balance that's in the chart of accounts in QuickBooks. This is the ending balance that's reflected on the statement. It's $61,393.75. Also, the ending date, this is in the instructions, the bank statement date is February 25th. So I'm going to put that date in there. All right, there is a bank statement, a bank fee charge of $25. So we want it, I'm going to use that bank statement date of February 25th. Bank statement charge of $25, and you want to charge this to the bank charges and fees, the $61,200. This is an expense. We want to charge it to that account, so make sure you record that in that account. Okay, so that service charge is on the bank statement. We haven't reported it in QuickBooks, so we need to update QuickBooks for that service charge. All right, now we want to click on Start Reconciling. All right, now the information that I've given you, there's 3 deposits that are reflected on the bank statement. Now, there are more deposits, but these deposits are not shown. Why aren't they showing up here? Because okay, for some reason those other 2 banks deposits, let me exit this. Okay, I'm gonna click Save for later. I'm gonna go back to my chart of accounts and look and see why those deposits, those last 2, go to the last 2 deposits that were recorded. I don't know why those are not showing up on the bank statement. Okay, maybe because it's the date. All right, just out of curiosity, let me go back and I'm going to edit the info. I'm going to put February 29th as the date and just see if those oh, sorry, I'm going to change that date. I'm going to change this date up here. Let's see. Now, now they're showing. So when you put that date in there, put the current date. Not the current date, but put that last date for February. Okay, so now I want to check off anything that's showing on the bank statement. So we have 3 deposits. We have $15,000, $30,000, and the $20,000. These 2 were made after the bank statement was um, the banks closed their records for that period of time. So the bank statement was for February 25th. So these two are not reflected on the bank statement. All right, we also had 6 checks that have been presented for payment, and those are check 2002, 2003, 2004, 2005, 2006, and 2008. Check 2007 has not been presented for payment at this time. So that is, those are, it's still outstanding. It's still out there. So we can't check that off. That will show up on our next reconciliation. Let me exit out of that. So now you see, you want to get to this difference is 0. So once you've gotten to that 0, you've reconciled. So click Finish Now. You reconcile this account. Click Not Done. All right, you want to all right, let's click on Summary. Okay, when you click on Summary and then click that date, it will show you the reconciliation information. And this is what I want you to submit for this assignment. Okay, so you can export this. I think you can. You may have to just do a screenshot for this, but this is what I want you to submit for this assignment. It doesn't look like it's going to allow you to export this. Okay, so that's all for Module 7 assignment. I am going to do one more video, but it's not an assignment that you have to complete.